right, hello wine drinking people. Today is Thursday, June 18th, and still a lot of time. Actually, I'm coming back at 3 o'clock today, so I'll be arriving from the airport any moment. Who knows when this email comes out. But we've got a great tasting tomorrow night here with Rinaldi, one of the greatest producers in Italy, one of my favorite areas, the Piemonte, Barolo, and hey, one of my other favorite areas is Tuscany, one of my other favorite grape varietals, Sangiovese. And if you're comparing Sangiovese to another grape, some people would compare it to Pinot Noir. It's lighter in color, but has great acidity, a wine that you can keep for many years, especially the greatest producers in this region's wines, like that of Fontodi. And these 2012s, the newest release from Fontodi, is going to be the bulk of this offer, but we have got an incredible collection of Giovanni Manetti's wines here in the stores. We've been big fans of Fontodi for more years than I've owned this store now. And I can tell you his Chianti, one of the greatest Chiantis produced, just the regular Classico, but his Sorbo, his single vineyard offering, it's got a little bit of Cabernet Sauvignon in it also, is at another level. We have got this wine going all the way back to the 95 vintage. And of course, Franco Bernabé, one of the greatest enologists in Tuscany, in Italy, is still consulting for this winery. He's won more 3 glass awards than anyone in Italy alive today. And these guys are just releasing with the 2012 vintage their new Gran Selezion wine, which this is a new category. I think 2010 was the first year. And, you know, Fontodi hasn't introduced a new wine in a long time. Well, we got 2 on this offer. We got their Sauvignon Blanc, also the only people in Florida to be carrying that in a Wine Watch. This Gran Selezione is quite exciting. It's a new classification. Only 10% of the appellation's production will be classified as Gran Selezione. The grapes have got to be harvested. They're going to be estate grown. They've got to be, well, they've got to undergo 30 months of barrel aging. There's a bunch of requirements which we list here on here. They got to have a minimum percentage of alcohol and yada, yada, yada. But the fact of the matter is the only wines that will get this classification are the best of the best in Chianti. And that's the reason why Fontodi signed up for this, because they are the best of the best. I remember in 97 when they decided they're no longer going to make Reserva Chianti. Well, they did make a Chianti Classico, Chianti Reserva, and their single vineyard. Well, their single vineyard is a Reserva because of the amount of time it's aged, and of course because of the quality level. In Italy, the DOCG undergoes 2 tests. First, you got to test it and make sure it's the right grapes. You can't have less than 80% Sangiovese in Chianti, 90% for the Vigna del Sorbo, 100% for their regular Chianti Classico, because when you go to Tuscany, Sangiovese is what Tuscany is all about. And hey, a lot of people said, well, maybe this Gran Selezione thing is just going to be a big bust. We're going to need people like Fontodi in here, and you know, if they took their wine Flaccinello and called it Gran, you know, Selezione Chianti, that would really give us some major props, but that's not going to happen. All right, Flaccinello, one of the great super Tuscans, and that's 100% Sangiovese. It used to be a single vineyard until the 2004 vintage when they had to pull up that vineyard. Now it's a selection of the best Sangiovese on the property. So Flaccinello, one of the great wines of Tuscany. We've got this wine going all the way back to the 95 vintage also here in the store. Usually we have upwards of 10 vintages, several formats. We've got magnums. We've got 3 liters on this offering. When you have a great wine that is collectible, you want to have it in large format size, especially magnum. So in addition to all the 2012s, the newly released Sauvignon Blanc, the latest and greatest thing from Fontodi and Giovanni Manetti, we have also got a slew of older vintage Fontodi wines on this offering. So check it out. Everything we've got from one of my favorite producers in Tuscany, Fontodi. I'm your host, Andrew Lamposoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.